Is marriage sustained more by love or by vows?
Both.
Explain it to us.
Well, Willie, my loving partner of over 40 years.
Wow.
We've written a book together, Make Love, Make Money, Make It Last, and we address that topic and we talk about the fact that being friends is so very important. So it's not just the vow.
So when feelings fluctuate, what anchors the commitment?
Feelings, it's not about the feeling, it's about the commitment that you've made to this person, who is also your best friend.
Go ahead.
Well, love is an emotion. Marriage is a decision. And so people often get married thinking that it's the love, but going back to your first question, we make a commitment by what we do. Every day I tell her I love her. And I do that for two reasons. One, to give her confidence that I still love her and make her secure. But second is to make sure I remember why I married her. I'm conditioning myself. So, you know, we've been married 40 years, haven't had an argument in 38 years. People don't believe that, but that's the truth because we do certain things and systems. When we first got married, we had arguments. Someone asked, y'all never had an argument? I said, no, I didn't say that. I said we haven't had an argument in 38 years. Those first couple of years were like World War III. But we learned some wise principles from some wise marriage mentors who told us, here's what you do to stop arguing and get to loving. We did it. It worked. We put it in a book, and now we've got millions of people who've read our books on marriage, Make Love, Make Money, Make It Last, and they say some of them were on their way to divorce court, and it turned them around. It gave them systems.
So based on what he said, does marriage require more of shared values or shared interests?
Both.
Elaborate.
When you say values, are you talking about your faith, the concept of family, the concept of what friendship looks like? Then that's important because you're marching down the path together, right? And then shared values
and shared interests.
And shared interests.
He
was a tennis player.
Right.
I was not. But because he was my friend, I was willing to go with him while he played. And he tolerated me playing until we got married. Then he said, you know what, you ruined my game. I'm not going to play with you anymore.
And you're okay with that, by the way.
And I'm okay with that, yeah.
And I go to things with her, watch HGTV or whatever she wants to do.
Yoga is my thing. And he has tolerated me with yoga because sometimes we do yoga as a date night. Now, does he really like it? No, because he can't stretch like that. But I know he loves me because he's willing to do it because I like it.
That's her interest.
What have you learned in your chatter with other couples? Because I know people come and lay their burdens and their challenges at your feet. What have you discovered why many marriages fail?
Oh, there are 3 reasons why marriages fail. We write about it in the book. Sex, money, communication. Those are the 3 boulders. And the most important of those is communication. It's the communication. If you got good communication, you have better love life. You have good communication, you have a good money life. You know, I wrote the book, Rich is Good, Wealthy is Better, because we're talking to couples about how to manage and deal with money issues that could break them up. And so, of those 3, communication is most important, Armstrong. Dee, you have something.
Can I interject here?
Yes.
When we talk about communication, we really have to stop and listen. Because you could be saying the same words, but the words could mean something completely different to each party. And you say, well, how is that possible? Depending upon the culture that you came from as a part of that family.
So is marriage a promise to remain or a promise to grow?
Gosh, that's good.
That's a great question, and I think it's to grow because we like to say it. We just said it to her yesterday. We have a marriage show every Monday night, and we were talking about it this week on our marriage show. That it's a Jolly Marriage Show on YouTube, by the way. Here's what we said: all weddings are beautiful. Marriages become beautiful over time. You grow into that beauty. You grow into loving each other. I love her more now than I did 40 years ago when we got married. I understand her. Sometimes we're talking, she doesn't even finish the sentence. I say, yeah, we got to do that. And so we grow together.
That's the value of understanding what the words mean that you're actually saying. And I think that is so very important.
So why is it that when couples age, whether it's the man or the woman, they feel they need to find someone else they're not fulfilled? They want someone both looks more like in their days of their youth. Why does that happen? Were they ever?
No. Here's what happened. It's easy. That's an easy answer. They didn't commit to making sure they took time for themselves during the formative years of their kids.
Date night.
Date night. You got to have a date night.
Now, you say, well, why? Because you have children, you've got professions, you're doing all of these things. But before you were married, you had concentrated time where you gazed into each other's eyes, where you talked about what was on your heart, where you shared what you saw for your future, what your future might be together. But oftentimes when we get married, we're like, there's a routine, there's a schedule, there are all these things going on.
And the kids take over, and they stop growing together, going back to your question.
And we learned that
Yeah.
when Willie started traveling and doing all these other things, and I'm there with the kids, and we realized we're not, what city are you, where you go? So date night was necessary
Every Thursday night,
to maintain
9
our
o'clock,
relationship.
we have a date night and even though the kids are gone, we started over 30 years ago. Every Thursday night, we'd watch L.A. Law and Hill Street Blues. We'd eat some Jiffy Pop popcorn. The door was open. The kids could walk by to go to the bathroom, but they couldn't come in. And we could not talk about the kids, nor talk about the bills.
So earlier on, we had the Alsops, and I asked Janelle about respect in a marriage, and boy, she lit up because she talked about the importance of it. Is respect the oxygen of marriage?
That's a great question. Is it the oxygen?
What is the oxygen of marriage?
It's a major part of the marriage, but it depends. That depends too, because see, men and women have different things that we've learned. Women need 2 things. Gentlemen, listen carefully. They need intimacy and security. Listen carefully. They need it.
And then one is not the same.
No, they're not the same. No.
Not.
And sex is not intimacy. Intimacy may lead to sex, but intimacy for a woman is that warm feeling. Your job, man,
Which tends to be a challenge for many men when I talk to women who are married, and the challenge that they may have with their mate, they have an issue explaining that they were not satisfied.
Really?
Yes.
How do you satisfy a woman?
Well, you need to ask her. What's important to
asking
her?
you.
Come
You
on
gotta
now.
talk to her. You gotta go back to communication. Sex, money, communication. If you don't talk to them and find out what they like, look, it's the love languages. We talk about
We're not finished with the sex.
Go ahead,
Let's just okay.
Go ahead.
So for men, it's sex and respect. That's different. So for intimacy, being close to him, snuggling with him in my PJs, curled up in the bed, watching that's intimacy for me.
Love it.
Okay? But for him, all right, when everything gets aroused and hard, then he's ready to have sex. That's different.
There you go.
Can we
You
talk
let
about
her loose.
that?
I told you, you let her loose. Make love, make money, make it last at jollymarriage.com. 40 years. There's a reason why we're here 40
But he
years.
can still deliver.
Absolutely.
Come on, somebody.
He can still deliver. And that's important to you.
That's important, but it's not as important as that he values me.
He values you.
He values me, and I am his trophy. That is how
What
he
about
makes me
the
feel.
importance of him surprising you?
Oh, that's not necessary.
Not
I don't
necessary.
need that.
You
No.
don't need that.
Now, as we move into, can I say, as we move into Valentine's Day, different things for different people. I don't need any of that because he provides me with that Valentine's Day love every day, all day long. So I don't need $1,000 meal. I got it every day.
Let me read a quote for you. Okay, this is from
we only have a minute left.
Zig Ziglar. Look, it's from my book, and I encourage everybody also to go to winwithwillie.com. Winwithwillie.com. Get both books. Make Love, Make Money, Make It Last, and Rich is Good, Wealthy is Better. Zig Ziglar said, I have no way of knowing whether you married the right person or the wrong person, but I do know that many people have a lot of wrong ideas about marriage and what it takes to make that marriage happy and successful. I'll be the first to admit that it is possible you did marry the wrong person. However, if you treat the wrong person like the right person, you well could have ended up marrying the right person after all. On the other hand, if you marry the right person and treat that person wrong, you certainly will have ended up marrying the wrong person. I also know that it's far more important.
Make love, make money, make it last. You got to buy the book.
Get the book. You got to get the rest out
I want to thank all of our guests. Happy Valentine's Day. Oh, wonderful, wonderful. I'm Armstrong Williams. We're out of here. Hope you enjoyed as much as we did.